come on, won't you come with me? Time to let it go and be free. Won't you come and breathe the open skies? Come now, come listen to the melody. Slow it down, put yourself at ease. Time to live it live. Get away from the do's and don'ts. Get away, don't let it close. Loco, loco, paraíso. Come and swim, come and swim to the loco paraíso. Under the lazy evening sun. Paraíso, come and swim to the loco paraíso. Under the lazy evening sun. Come live a little bit of what you dream. Don't get stuck in what you cannot be. About time you drop that fight. When the heat be rising, we still gliding. Nothing's gonna change how we feel. It's a wondrous ride. Get away from the do's and don'ts. Get away, don't let it close. Loco, loco, paraíso. Come and swim to the loco paraíso. Under the lazy evening sun. Paraíso.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Sims 4 Island Living with the beautiful, beautiful Leati and Leati. Oh, but he's so sad because, if you can see, the eyes of Sulani, his treasure from the cover party, is gone. He had to go into work, so he didn't even notice it wasn't on the counter this morning, and he came back and it's not here, and he is super sad, and it actually breaks my heart seeing him teary-eyed like this. Oh, it's just so sad. But he's like, "Are you okay? You okay? What's wrong?" And he's like, "My treasure's gone. You know, those eyes from the carver party. They're gone, and I don't know what they got. You didn't see them this morning, did you?" And he's like, "No, I had to go out and do a job. I don't know where they are. I'll find them. I'm good at finding things. That's what being a treasure hunt is all about. I'll go out and find them for you. Maybe I'll chat with Sapphire. She might have an idea of what happens. I think she was hanging around here this morning. She does tend to hang out here in the mornings to go for a swim." So poor Leati is just going to stay. He's going to stay here. He's going to stay home for a bit, and then we're going to head off to Muapalem. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. It's Muapalem, not Muapalan. Have I turned my timer on yet? No, I have not. I still had a thread open about Paul Heyman, now soon to be the executive director of WWE's Raw, and that was actually quite an interesting thing. We're going to head out to Muapalam, because we got to go and talk to Sapphire, ask if she's been around, if she's seen anyone, maybe come by the house. We get a lot of people coming in, so something going missing is kind of, I'd say, fairly unusual for a place like Sulani. She's not even in, so we might have to, we'll just head to the bar and see if she's around there. She might be around there for us to meet up with, but this is pretty bad. You know, safe place like Sulani, and something's gone missing. Maybe they lost it, maybe it fell down the back of the counter, apparently not. But it was not there next to the Lindsay, and that's not good at all. But now he's here talking to Liliana. It's just like, you haven't seen anyone around, have you? You know those eyes of Sulani, the ones your husband gave us after that really awesome cover party? We don't know where they've gone. They've kind of disappeared from our counter, and you haven't seen anyone hanging around our house, have you? She's like, "No, not seen anyone lately. I know Makoa goes around there a lot, but I have not seen anyone else besides him coming around." He's like, "Huh, if they were a gift from him, it wouldn't exactly make sense, him stealing them." But someone else has walked into the bar. There is an old woman here. She's very angry. "Sapphire, you're here. Look, I need to talk to you." Leati's really upset currently because our eyes of Sulani have gone, and we don't know where they are currently. Have you seen anyone coming around our house? She's like, "No, I've just been working today as my lifeguard." But he's like, oh my god, is that? That's not, is it? That's Talati. She's like, Talati? But I haven't thought of Talati in years. Talati the Sea Witch. We went to her like, oh god, how long ago must that been? A good decade now. Yeah. Is that her? What's she doing all the way out in Solani? We haven't seen her since we went to her for those fortunes, remember? She said I was going to meet my soulmate and you were going to like go travel the world and make friends with like loads of humans. What would she be doing here? It's just, I'm not sure. Maybe she's come to go and catch up with us. Who knows? Maybe we should go and talk to her. You think we should? Probably should. Now they're just walking over to and they're just like, Talati? Talati, is that you? We haven't seen you in, since we were like 15 or so when we came to visit you for those fortunes. She's like, Eärendil, I should have known it was you. We need to have a chat. We need to have a chat about something that's long overdue right now. Just, what are you doing here? I haven't seen you in years and now you've just suddenly shown up. Just, I'm here for the heart of Sulani's child. I told you I needed that, and you still haven't brought it to me. And he's like, well, I've been looking for it. It's hard to find a weird treasure called the heart of Sulani. There's so many treasures of Sulani around here. He's like, it's not a treasure. It's a heart from the heart of Sulani's child. That man you've been hanging around with, he is the one who's been restoring the island, and his heart is the key that I need. It's like, you can't have Leati's heart. You can't have his heart. You made a promise. You made a promise. When I told you about the face, I told you there was going to be a price to pay, and I'm here to collect it. Now, are you going to do as I ask and bring me the heart, or am I going to have to do something bad? He's just like, how dare you threaten me? How dare you threaten him? How could you? You told me that I was going to meet my soulmate in this place, and I did. And now you just want me to take his heart for you? I can't believe you. I have to go. I have to go. Just... Oh. Yeah, she is pure evil. She is a pure evil sea witch. And you never should go to them for advice. Everyone remembers what happened to Eärendil. Oh. He didn't... Yeah, both sides losing an argument. So he's pissed. Leati is still super sad. Because the treasure's gone. And now he knows. She's turned up, the treasure's gone missing. All signs point to the sea witch who has stolen the eyes of Sulani, a sacred treasure that Leati really cared about, and now it's gone, and he doesn't even know if he's going to get them back is the thing. So the best they can do for now is just kind of just forget about the situation and just try and cheer him up, because he has come home. And poor Leati is currently crying in bed, still super upset over that treasure. Eärendil's furious, and he rightly should be, because this woman has just come in, stolen, like, a treasure that he cares about, and now is asking for something pretty, like, intense in terms of a price. You don't go to like, everyone knows the story of the Little Mermaid, right? She gave up her voice to go to become a human and get legs, and she had like 3 days to make him fall in love with her, and it kind of all spun out of control. So of course he's going to be super angry that the sea witch has now just decided to come and tell him that, oh, the heart of Sulani, it's in your boyfriend. Although actually they're not boyfriends yet. But he's super sad. I think he's like coming over just to be like, I'm so sad. Oh no, he's actually come out to eat. Well, at least he had a good cry. Why don't you go and just do some nice cute, say cute. He's actually too angry to even. So I guess the only thing you can do as a frenzied kiss, just be like, God, I'm so angry, but I just care about you so much. I just have to smooch. I think that might have helped. He's still super sad, but I think that cheered him up a little bit. Why don't you actually go cool off and go swimming for a bit and just maybe feel better? What are you doing? Why did you just throw your drink at him? What the hell? Go and have a swim, Eärendil. You are too angry to just deal currently. Go and have a swim, because poor Leati's just like, what did I just do? What did I just do? He's super sad now. I think that's just made it even worse. That's just made it even worse. Go and shower and then go to bed. I think you've had a bit of a hard day. I'm super pissed at you now. And I didn't even tell him to do that. He just did that of his own whims because he's so angry at Leati. He's gonna have to go out and confront her, I think, because otherwise this problem is not gonna go away, and it's just gonna drive them apart. Is that algae in the water? Yes, it is. So once you've had a bit of he's back into a flirty mood now, from lingering flirtiness. Probably gonna need to apologise for throwing a drink at Leati. Maybe, actually, probably go and sleep in your own room tonight, I think. It is currently almost 6 a.m. Leati's woken up. He's in a much better mood now. I think going to bed and having a good cry, I think, helped him a bit better. He did have a emote called Crybaby, which I think is from Slice of Life, which I thought was quite... I was like, he's not a crybaby. He is adorable. Look at that face. Look at that face. Okay, maybe when he's not making that face, but look at that face. Look at that face. Don't you just want to pinch his cheeks and tell him how adorable he is? I know I do. He has... Okay, so it has been a few, days, I'd say. Maybe a week or so since he's started growing his hair. And I think it's time maybe to upgrade his look a little bit. So I like to think his hair's grown a little bit better. And this is CC hair I found, but it actually looks really good on him. I think his hair's grown. It's just a little bit longer, and he's just sort of kept it all brushed to one side. I think it actually suits him quite well. I think, why are you tense? Because you're cooped up. Oh, why don't you go out and do some nice brain-boosting yoga? Or mind concentrating, actually. That'll help you even better. Eärendil's woken up. He's feeling pretty happy. He got to talk like a pirate. But he needs to go when he's done having breakfast and getting all his business sorted. He's going to need to apologise to Leati for throwing that drink in his face because he was so pissed off from what's her face? Leati, I made that sim for God's sakes. Leati turning up and demanding her payment for this fate she essentially gave him, because Leati is a sea witch. She's kind of like Ursula. She helps mermaids, but she can also see into the future, not too far ahead, but just enough to let you know what you want to hear, essentially. And Eärendil basically she told him that he was going to find his soulmate out in Sulani, and he never really thought about going to Sulani initially until he sort of washed up on the islands and he met Leati. But for now, it's kind of he's not too he's obviously super happy that his prophecy has essentially come true, because look at him, and he ate face again. Jesus, you're not very good at doing that, are you? But now that, he wasn't really aware that there was a payment. He knew he had to find the heart of Sulani's child, thinking, you got the eyes of Sulani, the fingers of Sulani, the heart of Sulani, all those kind of things. He thought maybe it was another sort of treasure, kind of like that. But no, the heart of Sulani is actually, or the heart of Sulani's child is actually in Leati, because he's been doing so much good for the island currently. And because he's doing so much good for the island, he's essentially the heart that is restoring it to its former glory, essentially. And that's what she needs. We don't know why she needs it, but all she knows is that because she was dealing with fate, essentially, in giving him his prophecy, his fortune, the gods demand quite a big payment for something like that, because they can't interfere with the path that they've set out, essentially. They can determine anything at any point, but if there's something set in stone, then they have to have a large payment for it in order to sort of stay set in stone, so they don't break the stone. Almost. And yeah, Leati's finished his yoga. Why don't you hug him, tell him how much you care about him, and just how sorry you are for what you did. Because you, my friend, messed up big time. You say, like, I'm so sorry about last night. You've no idea how sorry I am. Someone from my past has come back and, oh, it's a whole thing. And I care about you too much, and I'm sorry I got really angry at you. I didn't mean to. He's like, I kind of tell you were annoyed last night, and maybe I just said the wrong thing. But I accept your apology. Just don't let it happen again. Just don't lose your temper like that with me again. He's like, yeah, I'll try not to. Do you have work today? You do not have work today, so let him know how the island's getting on, and then maybe do some things. Maybe spread conservation awareness to Eärendil. Just be like, the coral is looking so much better now. The only issues I'm having is that the seagulls are turning up everywhere, and we got to do something about the seagulls because I can't keep chasing them away every day. Do you know how silly I look running down the beach, like shouting at birds, telling them to get off the island? He's in a super flirty mood now. He's just like, oh yeah, where did you go? Onto the of course you've gone straight onto PC. You have work to do there. You have some big stuff to like make up for him. Oh, he's giving him a kiss. You do some conservation. Did you just... He just dove straight into the water. We're heading off to Mopalem. Maybe we'll catch up with Stormborn, and she'll be able to help us with this problem of the sea witch returning. Nobody likes sea witches. Least of all those who demand you're essentially the life of the one you love. Because, let's face it, Eärendil loves him at this point. Stormborn's out again, but we're still going to pop by her place just to check if she's in, and check that Talati hasn't come anywhere near her. Because the last thing he'd need is Talati coming after Sapphire for her prophecy as well. Although he's not entirely sure what she had to pay for hers. Because everything needs a payment. Every fate, every fortune has to have some kind of payment, big or small, depending on just how intense it is. Eärendil, however, had the incredibly intense fate of you are going to fall in love with someone, and they're going to be at this point here, and you can't really have them mess with that. So it's a whole like big thing. So yeah, you're going off to free dive, so go diving for treasure. Go diving for treasure, and if you see Talati around, tell her that she's not getting the heart. The fingers of Sulani. It's close. It's close, but if we could find another Eyes of Sulani, that might make him feel a bit better. That might make Leati feel a bit better. The fact that they've lost those. I mean, the other ones were kind of meh. They were just regular silver, I think. What were they? Fabulous Treasure was just an ordinary one. Yeah, they had like these sort of rusted silver ones. He's found a couple fingers of Sulani because he found one for another person. He almost unfound treasure. Nothing but sand, sand, and more sand. Try again. Just keep trying until you find those eyes. Talati is bad news. She's coming for his heart. She's coming for Leati's heart. He is literally the heart of Sulani's child, and that's what she wants. And I can't let her do that. I can't let her do that. You have to help me stop her. You have to help me. She's like, you know what? Yeah. She took my dad's trident. You remember that trident? The one that kind of proclaimed him to be sort of the ruler of our world, and I lied and told him that I'd lost it. Yeah, I had to give it to her as payment. What did we do? We really stepped in it, didn't we? Oh, they become friends. It's nice that they've finally reconnected as friends. So we gotta do something for this. We gotta stop her somehow. What can we do? I'm gonna have to think of something. Maybe we can do some research. There had to have been someone from back home who might have known. Would we even be able to go back home and ask someone for help? She's like, we might be able to. What about the dolphins? The dolphins can always send a message over to the kingdom. And they've clipped into Sapphire a bit, but it's like, Azur, you're here. Listen, we need your help. We need you to get a message to some of our friends over in our kingdom. Can you please tell them that Eärendil and Sapphire need them to come to Solani? Because it's very important. It's like, sure thing. I can help you out. It's like, thanks. You're the best. Okay. Send it off, and we'll be coming to see you in a few days, and hopefully you should have reinforcements. Bye-bye now. So hopefully that's going to help. Because sea witches are powerful, and it's not just like only... Like, he won't be able to take her on alone. He and Sapphire together may not be able to, but at least 2 more mermaids should help, like, spin the ties. Maybe if he got Leati on his side as well, she could help as well. Surely she must know about sirens and sea witches. I mean, technically Eärendil is a siren, because of the way... Because if you look at him, and then you look at... Where is she gone? Sapphire, where have you gone? And I think she's just vanished. But you look at her and you look at Eärendil, you can see that, like, they're both from the same kingdom. Oh, there she is. Yeah, because she's got more humanistic features to her as a mermaid, but he's kind of got a bit more of a supernaturalist look to him as a siren. His ears are a bit more pointed, his skin's a lot more pale, and he's not like got a glittery fin, he's got like this really cool fin. But you can tell the difference between them and that. They're from the same kingdom, but they're not exactly the same kind of mermaid. But now that he's got that all sorted, he should definitely go home and say it's not exactly the Eyes of Solani, but I found something that's kind of close to it. And maybe Leati will feel a little bit better. And he's back home. I think Leati's still been at the computer working. Yep, still working away. At least I think he's working away. Are you working away? No, you're just browsing the internet. In a floaty mood. What have you been looking at? But why don't you give him the fingers and say, hey, I went out and it's not exactly what you were hoping for, but it was the closest I could do. It's not the eyes, but it's still a Solani treasure. Sapphire would like to come over and hang out. I was like, okay, yeah, come over and check things out.
Vadish!
It's like, for me?
Hey!
Nobi.
Usma, Vadish.
I think he appreciated the fingers. And he's like, Everett, I don't know how I found one of these on the island, but I did. My heart leaps when you and I love you more and more each day. And then just passionate kiss, because he's kind of made up for being such a jerk the night before. But as long as he promises not to do it again, it should be fine. Generous surprise. Perhaps maybe you should ask him a very important question now that you're in a much better mood. I love that animation when they're just like, we're dating now. But, oh man, has their relationship gone super high, and he's just like, I'm sorry, who are you, child? Who are you, a little boy who has just turned into my house? Afu? Wait, aren't you? Wait, whose parents do you belong to? People of the island, a child has just wandered into our house. Can someone please collect their lost child? Oh, is that your kid? No. Some child has just turned up into our house, and it's just like, we're just here having a cute romantic moment, and this kid has just walked in, just like, ooh, what are these guys up to? And it's just like, kid, what are you doing here? He just walked into the deck, and then just left. Seriously, what's up with this child? Oh, it's not, that's, Layla's stepson, isn't it? Yeah, Tane. That's, oh god, what's her name? Opalani, I think her name is? What? Okay, this animation here, kind of funny. She's just like, oh? And, okay, when the tail doesn't fully, like, come in, the legs flopping about is kind of scary looking. It's kind of scary looking. But it's not the worst thing. But now he's in a he's so happy now, because he's just like, he's just like, Talati can't have his heart if it belongs to me. I heard you and Sapphire became friends. Yes, we did, Makoa. I wonder where you are. What are the He gave him an actual rose. I never remembered you buying the rose. Did you actually buy it outside of, like... Oh no, she's nearby. She's nearby. Eärendil, you gotta do something. You need to get her away from... You need to keep her away from Leati. So go over... And... there's not really anything you can do. Can you... I'll say, could you call... No, don't travel anywhere. Just wondering, could you call up something from the ocean depths? Probably not. You're not that evil of a sim, actually. So I'm not sure you'd be able to. Also, I'm not sure it would work on another mermaid. But so long as she doesn't come anywhere near the house, you should be okay. You should be okay. Did you leave the water on the floor? Don't leave the water on the floor. If you're going to leave the water on the floor, at least drink it up. You silly. But Leati is currently just taking a nap. He's super happy and his cheeks are so big. His face is just gone like really pink. But he's lost his tan. He keeps losing his tan. You can lock the tans in thanks to testing cheats. So here's what you're going to do. Because last time you had a tan, you didn't exactly do a full body one. So just go and do a full body tan. That should make you feel a lot better. I just had to make sure that I didn't have Wicked Whims on, because that's the last thing I need for these series. I use it, but I only use it briefly and if I'm doing certain things, because I don't want it to get too, like, you know, this is a family show, kind of. Family show, and he's there just, like, lying out on the beach towel, just completely, you know, that. Just completely that. And Makoa and Keela are here. Say hi to don't offer him the rose. But definitely talk to Makoa and just let him know how things are and recommend a skin routine maybe? Or is he even know? I think he's going off for a swim. Yeah, he's going off for a swim. Is she here with food? She's actually here with food, and that's our other neighbour who's here. Everyone's just like turning up now. I think it's because of the food. Oh, you're actually going to still try and talk with Makoa. Anyway, how are you doing on your tan? You're lying on your front now. Are you tanning nicely, hopefully? Hopefully you shouldn't start burning. And Makoa's just like... He's like, oh... Well, that's embarrassing, although he might not be. It must be a regular thing. He's just like, okay, he's just out here sunbathing naked. I'm just gonna go and say hi to everyone else. If Makoa wasn't embarrassed, then he sure is now. How is that tan doing? Hopefully he shouldn't start burning. He's sun-kissed now. Hopefully that should be... Yep, he is now back to his beautiful, beautiful, gorgeously tanned self. Now put your clothes back on. Looking absolutely gorgeous in that tan. Seriously. I love him. I love this sim. I love him so much. I designed him and I love the tan as well. I don't want him to lose that tan now, so... Can I, sunbathing, lock the tan? I can lock the tan in. So now he's never gonna actually, lose the tan now, because he's just so gorgeous. He's in such a good mood. You tired? Oh, you're tired. You're tired. You were supposed to be eating, but apparently not. So give him a kiss and just be like, you look so cute. You look so cute with that tan. Just the cutest. He's like, thanks. Thanks. I don't think it's time for them yet to maybe do woo-woos yet. I'm thinking maybe if they're gonna do that, they should go back to the island, to the waterfall where they had their first kiss. I feel like that would be a lot more special, especially considering that the first dream he had where they were at the waterfall. But for now, I think maybe they should... Oh, she's back. She is back, and she is pure evil. But it's not too late. It's only like 8 o'clock in the evening. Sell the coconuts, and then... Why don't you actually maybe do some digging for... Look for trash as well, but also look for seashells as well. Eärendil can help you out. And then you can both go off to bed. In a bit. Are you getting... Oh no, you're going to get a breakout in a bit as well. Man. Hormones are insane. Slice of life one. I might have to take that package file out because poor... The purple protector action figure. He found a toy, and that's probably useful. Are you embarrassed as well? Like, you got a mild breakout too. And you're unsure, but you're still feeling pretty good. So at least they're doing some beachcombing and finding things. What'd you find? Found a scallop shell. I think you found some stuff. Did you high-five a crab? Yeah. Fist bumped a crab. That's always something fun. He's going off to go dig in for seashells. Maybe you can try and... Beachcomb for trash, 'cause you may find the treasure. You may find treasures. You can find treasures. She's always helpful. Sapphire just swimming around, enjoying life, being a mermaid. I think she likes being she loves being a mermaid out in the open here. And I think it's because she's spoken with, like, people like Nalani and Uku. I'm going to need to check that in a second. But I think she's more of an, I think she loves being out in the open, and she loves that she's in a place where humans and mermaids get along so well. And, like, people like Nalani who, like, really care for the island and absolutely love looking after it, also being, like, a part of the community. I think that's what she likes about, which is why she's so open about being a mermaid. Leati is kind of, not Leati, Eärendil doesn't particularly care. He used to mess around with humans back home as a merman. What did you find? Oh, that's the lunar, you're the pig piece of clutter. I can't believe you found that. That's so cool. That's so cool. You're going to talk to people. They do have extra food, so they've apparently been waiting out there for about 2 hours, being like, guys, we have food. We've got food, so you don't have to starve. Oh no. Oh, I can just replace that, thankfully. They're not that broke. They're not that broke. Food. They've just left it on the floor because it's Kahlua pork. Kahlua pork. No, where did the food just go then? I tried to drag it, but apparently I didn't put it in one of the other Sims, did I? Oh no, it's there on the table. I was like worried I lost the Kahlua pork then. Grab us having that because that sounds absolutely delicious. For one thing, it's pork. I love pork. And judging from the look of it, there's definitely pork, some kind of rice in there, and I think like maybe butter or like greens on it as well to make it look good. He does want to woohoo with Eärendil. He's got that idea. He also wants to embrace him because you know, they like each other, and he's just in such a better mood now. Like, he was all sad in the beginning when they lost their when they lost the eyes of Sulani, but they've got something a lot better now. I think maybe for this one, instead of they got the bucket there, you could change the swatch on that. I didn't realise you could, but maybe we put the fingers in here for now, where they'll be safe and no one will find them. These, I think these are the common ones. Yeah. But, pretty good. Get rid of the toy. You don't need the toy. You got 115 simoleons for selling that toy? Wow! Oh, man. And the sink broke as well. Here's an idea. You're going to chat with your mate first, but before you do that, why don't you actually go and take a shower, and then, Eärendil, repair the sink before you go to bed. Because I don't want everything breaking. I don't want everything breaking. You just walk straight into the bath. Oh yeah, you have to, don't you? Although I don't think he minds. No minds, he's too busy showering to care currently. That's always one thing I notice. When you get a high enough relationship with like another sim, in terms of romance, you guys can just walk in on each other in the bathroom and nobody cares. Sorry to have missed you, but we'll bring by any food if we have any extra in the future. Don't worry. We had the food, but it was nice of you guys to drop by and give us the clue pork. That was great. You off to bed then? Yeah. He's off to bed as well. Super tired. But he's feeling better about himself. He did have to spend the day. He wasn't able to do any conservation work, but he spent the day out. Like, just in. Eärendil, working hard fixing the sink, but he's also hoping that his reinforcements are going to arrive. He's got a couple friends back home who he knows also went with him and Sapphire to the Sea Witch. And maybe they'll be able to help them out. Quite the handiness skill. Nice. And now I think we're just going to leave them both just in bed, having a bit of a sleep. I'm trying to pause the game. We're just going to leave them here, just sleeping for now. Look how cute they are sleeping. Poor Eärendil. He's got a breakout, but also Leati still doesn't know how he came to end up in Solani. He doesn't even know why he ended up being in this region of the world anyway, and also how on earth he got that scar on those scars on his face. But maybe, depending on how things go with the Sea Witch, they'll find out. He'll find out, and you've got a bad breakout too. Oh, I feel so bad for you both. Oh, I feel so bad for you both. We're just going to leave it on these two sleeping. And I'll see you in the next episode where hopefully, reinforcements from Eärendil and Sapphire's kingdom will have arrived. Bye-bye now.